So as 2020 began to come in like a lion in March, it continued to roar like a lion in May, and this is what happened to our tree peonies early in the season. This is May 9th, so they had already set buds, foliage was wilting, buds were drooping, but nonetheless our season shaped up nicely. This tree peony was a new addition this spring. It's a pink lotus tree peony. Check out the buds. Well, these are the buds that are almost about to open. Aren't they just so beautiful? They have that dark hot pink around the center with these dark raspberry flares. And I got this one because I don't have this bubblegum colored pink tree peony yet, and of course I had to add it, but I drove to Connecticut for this one. So now you can see all the flowers are in full bloom. It has a semi-double form. There's the dark flares in the center. They're just so pretty. The problem is once you add one of these and you like fall in love with it, you have to have like one in every color. So sort of an addiction, although gardening is an addiction, right? So this tree peony is a tree peony that I started from seed. That was a very ambitious move, but it is gorgeous. It's white. It has raspberry flares in the center, but I love the buds on them. So as they begin to open, they have this little cup shape to them as they open. Like the habit on this one is so fancy. It looks like little roses almost. This tree peony I got for $25 at an Agway, believe it or not. It was the only one they had. It had a single stalk, but it was labeled red, and I figured, why not? And it is very, very, very pretty. This is what it looks like when it's finally in full bloom. It's a gorgeous pink. Has some white marbling on the petals prior to opening. Get some more buds up and coming on that one. So check this tree peony out. This is a white tree peony. That's what it was labeled when I bought it. But before the buds really open, they have this pink lavender flare at the base that you can kind of see right near the bottom of the bud. And then as they open fully, they turn to all white, sort of like the sun bleaches them. But this one had so many flowers this year. And then look at this. There was like 4 in a row. This was my favorite shot of 2020. Just the 4 open flowers. It's just so pretty. And they're just delicate. This is sort of like a single form tree peony. And it's considered all white. But it does have that pink in the beginning. Here's another bright tree peony. This one is called Of Charming Age. And again, the flowers are huge and gorgeous, and they cluster really well on this one. Unfortunately, in the beginning of the season, we had gotten hit with some cane borers. Normally, rose cane borers, they would they go in the canes of the roses, and then they eat out the center, and then you sort of just clip back roses in the spring. Well, for tree peonies, it can ruin buds and blooms, which happened. We sort of had the center stalks missing this year, which it's a little off kilter, but you wouldn't really know unless I told you. But this one definitely got hit with those, but we were able to save some of the buds, and it has a lot of regenerative growth near the base. That's the good thing about tree peonies. They are quite vigorous. And they're still gorgeous. I just love them. And there's nothing you can really do about rose cane borers. The less you prune tree peonies, the less woody parts are available for the borers to get in. So, and sealing up the ends after you prune, if you have to prune, is also another way to keep them out. But you can still enjoy the flowers. They didn't get all of them, so we were able to enjoy this one just as much. And the bees enjoy them, we enjoy them. Nothing like having some tree peonies and allium in your garden in the spring. So this tree peony grows in a shade garden. I would say part shade. It gets about 3 hours of direct sun and then maybe some filtered light throughout the day. But this one does lean toward the sun. So the sun comes in from the left side of the garden, and it definitely grows that way. So sometimes it looks a little odd, but the flowers, it still produces giant flowers. I mean, look at the size of that compared to my hand. And then we get to a fan favorite. This is very popular. It's called High Noon Tree Peony. Bright yellow giant flowers. Unfortunately, this one was also hit with cane borers for us this year, but we were still able to enjoy a lot of flowers on it. It is scented, so this is a good one if you wanted to cut flowers and bring in, or if you wanted to start with a tree peony. This is the one to start with. It's gorgeous, it's not fussy, it's pretty easy to grow, and it's very, very vigorous. I mean, look at that. One of my favorite colored tree peony flowers. And then we move to this one. This one is called Sunrise. And it is that peachy, corally, pink, yellow. It's sort of just like a sunrise. It has all those colors incorporated into the flower. It's so pretty. Is this one of my favorites too? Probably. I mean, they're all my favorites, I guess, when they bloom, right? So that's it for our little tree peony tour of 2020. Hopefully we have lots of buds created by now to enjoy in the spring when it gets here. And hopefully winter doesn't take too long, because one of the best things about spring is knowing that these babies are going to bloom in the month of May.